So there's this YouTuber called yourmoviesucks who has been in a lot of controversy because he got exposed by another YouTuber called Rob's Media. Rob discusses YMS's previous controversies. Rob shows clips of YMS defending bestiality and lolly. Once this video dropped, YMS was writing 15-page paragraphs in YouTube comment sections in Rob's video, Sensitive Society's video, any video that talked about the situation. You're more than likely to see YMS responding to it. YMS made an insane claim that Rob was a pedo because he showed a screenshot of Adam's NSFW Twitter account that literally showed nothing crazy at all whatsoever. Rob's initial video got taken down, but then it got reinstated and got age restricted. And Rob talks about it in his recent video that I highly encourage you to check it out, where he told the Sensitive Society to also take down his video just in case if YMS's audience decided to start mass reporting it. And if you notice, it's back up. I've already seen Rob's response video. What I want to show in this video is YMS's response on Twitter. And speaking of responses, before I forget, YMS actually responded to this in his YMS Highlights YouTube channel, but it's not run by him, it's run by somebody else. Also, really quickly, if you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing and liking the video if you end up enjoying it. With that being said, let's take a look at YMS's response on Twitter. It's kind of funny how YMS made sure that you can't reply to this tweet at all whatsoever. So in the many paragraphs that YMS has written here, it says, to clarify for people who need it, all animal abuse is bad, whether sexual or otherwise. All sex with animals should be discouraged, regardless of perceived hypocrisies. If I could choose a world where no one is having sex with animals, I would choose that world. If you think any of these statements contradict anything I've ever said, I either did not communicate myself well in that moment, or you did not understand me. Every single one of my controversial opinions has already been thoroughly explained with full context and clarifications in the video being quoted in this post. If you see an old clip that you feel contradicts this video, it's out of date and is obviously not something I stand by. There is no point arguing with a version of myself from 10 years ago because that is not me. I'm just as surprised to hear some of these dumb things as anyone else because, believe it or not, I haven't memorized every single drunken rant that I've made in my early 20s. The fact that people are going back that far to find reasons to be upset with me is proof of my positive growth and change over time, and no amount of me being an open and honest weirdo with spicy takes is going to stop me from evaluating myself as a person. If any mutual wants further clarification, feel free to send me a DM, and I'd be happy to answer any questions. The ideal scenario would have been one where the person who resurfaces these old clips in the first place had accepted the same offer, but he unfortunately refused at every opportunity. Every terrible communicated clip is from needlessly edgy drunken rants made in my early 20s. These do not reflect my current feelings or positions, and I don't even believe the way I phrased myself then was an accurate reflection of my positions at the time either. The language used was the result of me responding to someone arguing in chat. I used the same terminology they were using, and I did not realize how it would be perceived 10 years later. The fact that I haven't used those words since supports that they are not reflective of my sincere beliefs. My drunken words from 10 years ago were irresponsible in ways I didn't realize, and I obviously do not stand by them. Being an open and honest weirdo with mental health issues has inevitably created some outlying moments over the course of my 15 plus years as a public figure on the internet. You self-diagnose yourself as autistic when Rob is actually autistic. If you choose to focus only on outliers, that is your choice, but it is not a truthful one. The 1% that contradicts the other 99% is not what makes up a person or their beliefs. No one is completely consistent over 15 years. People change, ideas evolve. No one is expected to defend drunken words they said a decade ago, and I don't hold anyone to that standard. If you insist on believing the worst possible interpretation of what I said 10 years ago, then that is your choice. However, even at its worst interpretation, these words have harmed no one other than myself. Either way, it does not reflect my current self, which should be evident by the fact that these clips are ancient. 10 years ago, I was incoherent and irrationally angry in ways that I no longer am, partially thanks to getting proper mental health diagnosis and treatment. But you think you're autistic, you didn't get that checked out? I'm no longer using 6+ drinks of alcohol a day to self-medicate for mental health disorders that I didn't even know I had. You could see how much I drank by looking at any of my old editing streams. The ones that show my shelf and frame are filled with empty cans, bottles, and cups. It was not healthy physically or mentally. I'm now on the right path and the right meds, even if I had the occasional slip up in the middle of the night after my meds have worn off. My mental health journey has been a long one, and I've made a lot of significant progress this year. Especially, I'm ready to get back to work after a year of compounding facing tragedies and chronic health issues. Even though I'm not yet back at 100%, I feel better and more motivated than I have been for a long time. Looking forward to a better 2026. Thank you. You know what? I'm surprised that this response isn't in like some sort of YouTube comment section from Rob or Sensitive Society or somebody like Nick Andrews that also made a video talking about this. Question for the audience. I fully believe that YMS is basically a locale now, because what I just read you is a fusion of Vosh's arguments plus Dark Viper's long-ass essay responses. So Rob actually quote-tweeted this on Twitter and said, bro had the exact opposite stance 4 days ago. And it's a video from Nick Andrews, like I mentioned. I debate my past self, but there's not much that's in conflict with what I've said since. Me saying people in 20 years will wonder why others were giving me so much shit for my opinions is not the same thing as zoophilia should/will be normalized. That's something you've added yourself with your own interpretation of my words, and not something I actually said. Even with the right side of history comments, I wasn't talking about zoophilia being accepted by society as if they should be marching in their own pride parade or something. I was talking about people's ignorance towards normalized animal abuse that happens every day without criticism. It is not an endorsement of zoophilia, and it only exists in the package of zoophilia laws are dumb because of all the other shit we do to animals. Oh boy, I wonder what Adam will lie about next. I saw that Willie Mack quote tweeted this by saying, this is such a crazy thing to have to clarify, just reading the first sentence is crazy. My first time seeing this drama was like 10 minutes ago, and I can't tell if this is an elaborate community attempt to troll me. It's not a troll, Willie. I'd stay out of this one. This person right here actually showed up in Rob's response video, and they said, my main issue is that I actually think Rob's media wants to fuck animals. How the fuck did you come to that conclusion? Did you even watch the video? Until I hear him defend the position that you shouldn't fuck animals with sound, consistent logic in a live stream debate with Adam, I'm going to assume he supports it and actively engages it. This is rage bait, right? There's no way this is an actual response somebody typed and then tweet out. Excuse me, what? How can you watch both videos and come to that conclusion? Haven't watched either video. Oh, that makes so much more sense now. I'm not gonna lie to you, chat. This may be the only video that I talk about this entire thing. Again, I encourage you to watch Rob's response. Very, very good response, okay? I saw the entire thing. I'll leave it in the top of the description. I really do encourage it. But with that being said, let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below, as I do read the comments all the time, alright? 365, 25/8, I don't know. But yeah, subscribe if you are new to the channel. Like the video if you did enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.